most people think that the Martis is good against Terizla. Well, it depends.
But
But I would say Terizla loves playing against Martis because the fact of the matter is, he can get the HP back. And if you don't have the Mortal Coil, you're gonna get penalty zoned. And there's no escape mechanism for the Martis without a combo. And you are playing against a lineup that can team fight against you. Like, with the real world manipulation, this Martis is gonna get locked in a team fight.
even with the bouncy wall, actually, the majority of the skills here of Indonesia really connect at the early stage of the initiation. But yeah, for Philippines, with the Kaja and for some, most likely we might expect early ganks, particularly at the gold lane.
Yeah, typical rotation for the mid lane. It's getting some vision and some XP. But I would say Philippines still has a way of establishing some control here in the mid game. It's just that, you know, the carry pick hurts. Like the chances that they have against this line of Indonesia, because Indonesia is gonna be fine with this. Like, they have the Claude. You know, if scaling is a problem from both sides, Indonesia is really happy to take fights in the early game because they also have a marksman that wants to scale.
So what we do know is that Indonesia does have big team fight tools through the Eve. You have the Fredrin naturally going for engage types of approach to the team fights. And of course, Fumi Echo can easily be activated. But when you're looking at Team Philippines, there's a lot of pick-off. Surely the Farsa Ultimate, that's an AoE damaging hero.
Wow.
But because of that glue and the Kaja, you have so much pick-off. Daigo just taking so much damage
Ooh,
up
that
top.
hurts. Almost goes, and for Indonesia, they're forcing Daigon actually to back away.
This is bad.
And this is a sign for Philippines that there is no help from Daigon and on this turtle objective. And this is not the usual play that we see from them because there is a delay on this glue. And we see Fumi Echo in front of the three players of Philippines. Forced to flicker out. There is a play. Vival will secure that turtle. Here comes the Divine Judgment. Turtle will go to the side of Indonesia as well. And Vival
my
or
goodness.
Michini with a double kill for Indonesia.
Vivian on the Kufra is something else. The setup was there, and she was also able to get out. And Philippines, even though you were able to get a first blood on the Martis, not gonna be happy with that because Vival is stealing the purple buff of the Martis.
Much has been taken away from Team Philippines as Indonesia gets 2 kills, a turtle, and as well as a purple buff in the favor of Vival. That's an invasion, by the way. And the idea for Team Indonesia that you saw, aggression up top onto the XP lane, stop Daigon from getting that easy win. And a Midnight, what can we see from this replay?
Fumi Echo just, you know, having full control on the back line. This is really important for you know, for teams when you're contesting turtle. The XP laner does a lot of heavy lifting on the turtle ticks because the amount of damage that she did against Philippines prevented PH from, you know, trying to contest back against Indonesia. What they were left with was the serving of the Terizla. Like, it was offered to them, but Indonesia took everything. The team fight was also not on their side because, again, because of the fact that the Kufra and Eve was also on the Indonesian side. And again, it was just the Terizla dealing massive damage over to PH.
Easily, Indonesia have gotten 1,000 gold lead in this game, and they will be parking 4 of their members into the bottom. Not going to be able to catch anyone just yet. And I would assume that Team Philippines will just try to get a pick-off to the gold lane, knowing that there's flicker from Vivero on this Kaja. But what else can we expect in the next coming minute? I mean, the 10 seconds is coming now. Indonesia will be trying to control the turtle pit, while Team Philippines will have 2 of their members up top.
Actually, with the position of Philippines, probably they might want to go for a play at the bottom lane or a trade. But we see 2 players from Philippines try to contest this turtle objectives as Chini and Vivian.
Vivian!
The zone out, the jungler Alpuerto already doing life. Turtle is there as well, and another turtle secure for the side of Indonesia. Daigon is forced to back away of the TPs from Vivian.
Oh, wow. The team that is going to be Team Indonesia.
Oh, wow.
Losing some of their gold advantage, but they will still get the turtle afterwards. You would assume that after them clearing out the waves, gonna be good. Chini gonna be picking up the Ice Queen Wand. So now the items are starting to come in, and it's the post-laning stage. Midnight, who do you think will have the advantage, despite, of course, Indonesia knowing, we already know that they have the gold advantage? Do you think that Team Philippines should be going for plays at this rate?
Yeah, I think it's a requirement on their side to utilize this Kaja with the
Yep.
Divine Judgment. Main problem is they tried to trade for the turtle for the Claude kill, and it didn't work out. The Divine Judgment, I believe they used the Divine Judgment, and the parcel was there. However, they were not able to take out Shell. And that's
Oh.
really, really crucial as Indonesia gets the momentum from now on.
That is in
With
the
Flicker.
middle of the turret on the middle lane. Vivian is down. We have the Divine Judgment. Not enough damage from the side of Philippines as Chini will go for that real-world manipulation. Fumieko with that penalty zone. Diagon forced to back away, and Fumieko is just there with the passive damage on this Terizla, and Indonesia right now still on the lead.
Oh my. The spells are not connecting for the Philippine side. And Fumieko, even though she has one death, she's going to be happy with what she has right now because she is sitting at 100% kill participation and she already has the Bloodlust Axe.
Oh, Blazing Dawn from Shell. Vivero low on life.
the
Still
squad is big.
alive on that moment, but I think Indonesia will not force that kill against the Philippines as Vivian and the rest of the players of Indonesia will secure a turret here
Yep.
at the bottom lane.
And
Still, Indonesia achieving those objective takedowns. Surely that was a turret in their favor, which gave them a lot of advantage. Now, in fact, they are leading by as much as 2,000 gold. In the middle, they are threatening for turret takedown as well. Not going to be successful as the Farsa defense was there. But that means that there's no Feather Strike in this upcoming team fight. The turtle is up for the taking for both teams. Alberto is going to be starting the turtle take. Vival now going to be in the vicinity.
watch out for Vivian though, the Skufra.
Again, Fumieko as well is here. I mean, a lot of threat from the crowd control heroes of Indonesia as the turtle will be reset.
Vivian, they see the Kaja.
Oh, Immortality, by the way, for Vivian. We have Perez destroying turret, but another
Oh,
penalty
Fumieko.
on Fumieko. Vivian is going to be the target. No retaliation here from the side of Philippines. Diagon, by the way, uses the flicker. And a turtle again for Indonesia. 4 players at the top lane. Vival, Vivian, and the rest will try to secure. Shoot into the ball. And Shell again with a blazing
Wow.
duet. While the players of Indonesia will secure turret at the top lane.
Just the usage of the spells coming out from Indonesia, all of them are for a single purpose. It's to take the objective, it's to take what they want. And you saw how they manage the turtle controls here. There, they were willing to reset the turtle. And Fumieko jumping on the back lines, she was able to land an amazing penalty zone against the Kaja, and that's what you do. You stop the response coming out from PH, and the only response PH has is the Divine Judgment coming out from Vivero, and especially with Vivian very aggressively positioned on the top lane. After they took out a turtle, they tried to take out Diagon, and with the Farsa using the Feathered Airstrike on the backline, Chill immediately using the BMI to cast the Blazing Duet. They are, they have full control of the spells. They have amazing, amazing ideologies when it comes to taking team fights. And this is just Indonesia showing superiority in game number 1.
Indonesia with 2.6 thousand gold lead right now. You're going to see this is the result of what they have been doing well when it comes to zoning out the members of Team Philippines and eventually just taking over this game.
Speaking of taking over, bottom lane is going to be the target
Dive.
here for Indonesia. Diagon is forced to back away. We see
Oh, man, these
Vivian
catches.
again. Those turret times is
These
really
catches.
working well for Indonesia.
There's a reason why they picked up the Kufra, even against the Martis. And Vivian is definitely performing with the Kufra.
For Vivian, definitely, literally one step ahead.
Yeah.
In terms of positioning, I mean, little to no information for Philippines as to where she will be.
Yeah.
That's why it is really effective. But wait,
Vivero?
here comes the Divine Judgment from the side of Philippines. This might be the retaliation from them. And they will
That's a
secure a
jungler.
kill against Vivel. And that is the jungler. And we have the turtle now for this game.
Wow. You can see now that Indonesia 2,200 gold lead, but
Look
now
at the damage from the
Philippines.
Claws.
That hurt. That hurt. Perez
solo
is the
kill.
target. Flicker out for the Scary.
That's me.
Vivian already low on life. She has the immortality though, but still not be able to survive the damage from the Philippines. But Chell will go in for the turret destruction at the middle lane. And Philippines right now starting this Lord actually, as Fumi Echo is the only player that has information that the Philippines is trying to take this Lord, as Amores
Echo!
will secure the Lord. But wait, Fumi Echo comes in for that penalty zone. Wind of Nature has been used by Perez.
Oh!
Federation is there for the counter, and we have the Divine Judgment. Alpuerto with the Mortal Coil. Fumi Echo and the rest of Indonesia is
Daigon,
going to fight
Daigon!
away. But wait, the damage is not enough
my
for Daigon, as a mega kill for Chini. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness, Chow, with the mechanics on the Claw, the usage of the BMI. However, PH was able to get some retaliation against Indonesia. They were able to punish Vivian when she jumped in. But
They don't want to
second jump.
stop. They don't want to stop. Vivero is forced to dash away. We see some discipline from Indonesia. They're not forcing that team fight. And Amores uses that feathered airstrike.
Nevertheless, Philippines will get the Lord, so they will diminish a little bit. For a little while there, you can see that Indonesia's lead of 2,200 was cut down into 1.5, 1.7. But then again, Indonesia will try to use this Lord up top as the bait. Alpuerto, kind of lonesome.
The squad, though.
It comes Amores and Perez.
I mean, those bullets hurt from Chell.
Yeah.
And we can see right now that Indonesia is not forcing a team fight against the Philippines right now. But out of the middle lane, the Philippines will secure another turret against
But-
Indonesia.
Oh my goodness.
Vivero is down as Chini will go for that unstoppable streak. And this is the time for Indonesia to force a team fight against Philippines.
Oh, Vivero did not expect that. The retribution by Vival onto the cannon. And with the jump in coming up from Vivian, they were able to get the Kajak kill. And Indonesia again re-establishes control. This Claude is massive.
Oh my god, literally shredding the HP bars of the Filipino team, as we see the real world manipulation for Chini in between the
Awkward.
suitors, just to zone out.
Awkward RWM though.
Yep.
I would
Yeah.
say. And I think Indonesia, they just want to establish some control here against PH, not letting the carry farm. Perez is doing a fantastic job, however, on just getting the resources onto onto her hero. But again, I have to say that this Claude is a huge problem in the team fights, and they have not fully utilized the Kaja pick as of yet.
Oh,
as I
nice
say
divine
that,
judgment for the side of Philippines. Vivian is down. And we can see right now Philippines on the space on the purple buff of Indonesia. We could see Indonesia right now slowly but surely taking the possible resources for the team.
And Team Philippines are able to achieve two things. Well, actually three things. First is that they are able to naturally push the bottom and the top lane because of the lord that they were able to get. Now they have stolen the purple buff as well. That is going to be the Farsa holding on to it. That's Amores getting a very, very important micro objective. And they even got the mid lane turret against Team Indonesia. There's a lot of map control that Team Philippines have reestablished. Still, Indonesia holding on to the lead. 2,400, significant in this team fight.
Yeah.
When it comes to the EXP, you can see Alberto is level 15 versus Vival's level 14 of Fredrin.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Team Philippines are inclined to team fight against Indonesia despite trailing behind when it comes to gold.
well, now that you see the Claude on the bottom lane, I think you are able to go for an aggressive play. Unfortunately, Vivero does not have the flicker on the Kaja, so there's no jump from the Divine Judgment. It is going to be a slow Lord, however, as both sides may just look to fight. But Vivian, eyeing for the jump!
Vivian for the face check, catches one, and that is going to be Vivero. Vivero is done. We see Daigon to back away Amores. Retribution, by the way, has been used
my
by Rival
goodness.
just to slow down the Farsa of Team Philippines, as Indonesia will wreak havoc against Philippines. We have another player down, and that is Alpuerto, the jungler of Team PH.
My goodness, Indonesia on a tear, and that is started once again by Vivian's jumps. I think the rest of Indonesia, they know for sure when their teammate will be jumping, and they jumped it all together. That was beautiful to see coming out from Team Indonesia, and now they have taken the Lord and mid lane as well.
Very amazing strategies being pulled out here by Indonesia. This is what you call a turn, especially during Lord dances. If you are able to fight, you go look for the first hero that you can see. And fortunately for Indonesia, Vivian was able to get the jump onto the Kaja. Again, this is the most important hero for Philippines, aside from the jungler, because this is the main team fighting hero that you have. This is the main ingredient if you want for PH to be able to start the fight. Without the Kaja, PH is not able to fight because they have no control. That if the Claude jumps in, who on the side on Philippines is able to fight against Shell? Yes, you might say that the carry has damage, but how about the other else? How about the others?
You really needed that frontliner for Perez to do those free hits. And right now, Indonesia's Lord will be defended here by Team Philippines. But Vivian again, I mean, you know, you have to be nervous when you see those stretches from the Kufra, but we can see the pedal zone from Fumi Echo. Bebero is done, but as well as Vivian for Team Indonesia, although she has the immortality. Fumi Echo with the immortality as well. Chell with the blazing duet. We have the players of Team Philippines already low on life. 2 players down for the team. By the way, Diagon has been forced to back away for the regeneration as Chell will go in for the tower lock. That is the plot of Team Indonesia. We have a minion wave
3 more waves
here at the middle lane. The pressure is on for Philippines to defend their base, but they are ready to defend this one. Diagon is forced to back away from Echo already alive, but look at Shell! Indonesia takes game number 1.
That is the first game going in favor of Team Indonesia in this best of 5. It was a big tug of war between the two teams, but eventually Indonesia, through the hands of Vivian, jumping in with the Kufra, with the rest of the gang just taking out the members of Team Philippines in a massive team fight. That was where they have found their opening and won that game. Beautifully done from Indonesia as they open up this best of 5 series.
Yeah, again, typical fashion from their squad. Early aggression is really, really key. And the amount of turns we've seen from Indonesia has been so many. Like, every turtle fight, every lord fight, they always are able to find key pickoffs that start on their in their favor, and that's where they get the full lord control. Because PH, they were not able to fight around these objectives, although there were some form of punishments, especially when we saw the early the awkward reload manipulation come out from Chini. They were able to get some few kills on the side of PH, but it did not translate to any objectives as the lord was just still spawning. Indonesia, again, the you know, the Kufra was a huge factor in this game, even though it was against the Martis. The way they used it